Hello, and welcome to Programming 1. My name is Professor Brown, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to install Visual Studio Code and Python on Chrome OS 87. So to get started, let's click on the little time bar at the bottom of the screen. And now let's press the gear. Next, you're going to type in the settings, Linux, and press enter. Next, click Turn On next to Linux Development Environment, and click Next, and click Next. All right, and now we see that the Linux environment has been set up. Before we can install Visual Studio Code, we need to run a couple of commands. First, in the terminal, type sudo space apt -get space update, and then enter. Next, type sudo space apt -get space install space -y space gnome keyring and press enter. Great. And now that we see our username and the $sign, we're ready to proceed. Open up Google Chrome and then type in Visual Studio Code and press enter. Click on the first link, and then click on the .deb download. Now click on where it says download complete and double click that deb file and click install. Now that installation is complete, we can click on the app launcher on the bottom left and then press Visual Studio Code. Now that Visual Studio Code is running, click on the terminal on the taskbar and now type in sudo space apt -get space install space -y space python 3 -pip space python 3 -dev space python 3 -venv space build -essential space libssl -dev space libffi -dev and press enter. All right, and now that it's finished, we can close Visual Studio Code and open it again by clicking on the apps launcher and then Visual Studio Code. And now press Shift, and while holding Shift, press Command, and while holding both of those, press X. Click Install next to Python. Great. Get started with Python development. Click Open Terminal. And now move your mouse to install Python on Linux and scroll down on these instructions. And now we're going to type sudo apt -get space update and then enter. Next, we're going to type sudo space apt -get space install space python 3. We're going to scroll here so we can see what it says. Space python 3 -venv space python 3 -pip and enter. All right, Python is installed. So now move your mouse over here and scroll down and click Create a Python file and Create Python file. We can even save this file too. So let's click on File and then Save. Let's save it to the desktop as test.py and save. Right, and now let's test it out. Print hello world. And let's press play and see what happens. And as we can see, it says hello world on the bottom. So we know now that we're done.